Grand Rising gods and goddesses. It's Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday. And you here at the number one place for American propaganda through real and fearless entertainment. Welcome back to another Think High crew. Fuck around, find out.
Welcome to my hood.
My hood. My hood.
There ain't nothing
Ain't
normal.
nothing normal.
You can take a walk in my hood.
My hood.
Where everything paranormal.
Paranormal.
Everything paranormal.
Yeah.
If you're scared of dying, we got something for you.
Something for you.
Open up the door, you can be immortal.
Yeah.
If you really try to run, step into the portal.
Just received an
It's the Think High crew. Yeah. It's the Think High crew. What up? Yeah. It's the Think High crew, you know. It's the Think High crew. What up? It's the Think High crew. Yeah. It's the Think High crew. Yeah. 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 Think High crew. Yeah
Yo, what's
What
up?
up? What up?
Did you notice? Did you try to share the show to X from the app?
Yeah.
It wouldn't let me do it today. It's weird.
Yeah, it let me. I think it let. Well, no, I did. I seen it come across my notifications. Hold on. Let's
Right, but
pull it
I
up.
can't share it directly from the app though. I got to copy and paste it into X. That's weird.
Huh?
Yeah, I did an
Maybe.
update this morning and had to do all kind of crazy shit. Had to update information on Coinbase. Had to do all kind of stuff. So
Yeah,
I
put
don't know.
mine on there too, and it finally put it put the link, but on a Facebook Live, it doesn't put the image. You know what I mean? It's just a blank image for some
Yeah.
reason. We'll have to figure it out. They probably got us labeled spam on there too. You know how we do, but you see my POV, man. I'm looking at the lovely ladies. It's been a great, I guess, weekend and rolling into this week. It's been, challenging, but there's a lot of new shit that we got going on. New music dropping starting the 17th of May, and then I don't know when it's gonna stop. I know I got the next 4 weeks lined up from the 17th of May on. We got some dope ass NFTs coming. We got a even fire ass product launching as well. On top of planned metaverse shows and there's a bunch of shit that we've been up to, y'all, behind the scenes. So forgive us if you guys missed us yesterday for Mindset Mindfulness Monday. I'm sure that we'll definitely include some mindfulness shit into fucking around and finding out today.
Yeah, man. I'm just looking at the whole just the sentiment of the world. You know what I mean?
Oh, bro, there's probably a
And I think
reason for
it's
that. I
kind of,
could probably give you that
I think it's
reason.
kind of low right now.
Yeah, the morale per se, the global
Yeah.
morale.
Yeah. I know in the economic world it is, because we were all told that we were told by other people, probably that didn't even know themselves, but that we would get 6 interest rate cuts. Then they said 3, and now they're saying 0.
Man,
So
the Fed is a
the whole
motherfucker.
market's fucked right now. Literally, the whole
Everybody's
market's fucked,
scared.
because everybody had it priced in that, by the end of this year, interest rates would be around 2%. That's where the Fed wants them. Well, it's 5.5% right now, and it ain't going down. Might even go up.
Wow.
So, yeah, man, it just is what it is, bro. It's like, it's so expensive right now. I see big corporations cutting back on shit that they're going to make money off of. So that just means it's so expensive to operate in general. I saw Walmart; they were cutting out of their telehealth and some shit to do with health. You know what I mean? Like, they're not getting rid
Yeah.
of their pharmacies, but they're getting rid of some extra shit. So I don't know. That might have something to do with like regulators regulating. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it could have something to do with just how the forecast of how expensive it's going to be for the next few years.
Mhm.
If the establishment don't want Trump to be president and he becomes president, the best way to dump all over him and make his presidency second term seem shitty is for the economy to be bad.
Yeah, we've discussed this. You know how they got it set up. You know, a lot of people don't realize. I don't know. Maybe they forgot about the middle school government class and whatnot and what they taught us. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Because if they set it up now, you know what I mean. It'll just be on the guy, whoever's in office at the time when the shit falls apart. It'll be on him.
Yep,
It,
exactly.
it won't really be
Exactly.
on, you know what I mean, the guy before or the guy before. For some reason, I don't know why we fucking do that. It's fucking weird as hell.
Hmm. Well, hey, think about this, bro.
Yeah.
Why? So supposedly, well, I guess not supposedly. I guess this did happen. And when Trump became president, he put in, or he appointed, the guy Jerome Powell, who's the Fed chair right now, the head of the Fed,
Okay.
Federal Reserve. Now,
Right.
why wouldn't Biden take him out and put his own in?
That's a good question.
Because the Fed runs it. You see what I'm saying? I know you
Yeah.
know that. I'm just saying, like, for everybody listening, and if you don't believe me, that's okay. You could just dig in a little bit and
Well,
find out that the Fed is not even a part of the government. This has been something that's been said
yeah.
multiple times.
Yep. Yep.
But if the Fed isn't part of the government, then
What the fuck is it?
hold on. If the Fed's not part of the government, then why is the Fed worried about the president appointing them?
Right.
If the
And
Fed can do what the fuck they want and they don't have to answer to nobody,
that's so crazy,
who's
bro.
really appointing who? Maybe the
Because
Fed is appointing the president.
that's crazy that you say that. You're right. That's crazy that you say that because I was messing with AI and was writing articles about it. You know what I
Messing
mean?
with
And
AI. No Diddy. No
no
Diddy.
Diddy. I was playing with AI. No
Brock,
Diddy.
don't get mad
Right.
at me. Shit, I
But
ain't
like
say
it's
it.
crazy because like for me, like when I play with AI, no Diddy, you know what I'm saying? Like I do like I make it double check itself over and over again, and then I run it through a couple other AIs. You know what I mean? Like so, it's like I have them all talking to each other almost, right? But it's crazy that you brought that up because they state about that. You know what I mean? Like all the AIs they talk about, like well, as this Fed, this is what they say. They say it says the Fed is supposed to do this, which obviously is the definition of it. When you go, anybody goes to look it up, right? It says you should, the Fed is doing this for this reason, and this is why the Fed exists. And it's like, oh, okay,
Hmm.
then that makes sense. And then you start asking it questions like, okay, well, what about like the fucking the Fed that act the Federal Reserve Act of 1933? What that have to do with everything? And then you start digging more, and then you start digging more,
And
and then
then
you
why
start
did they do
uncover
that when there's a
right.
33 in there?
Right, and then why did they do birth certificates at the same time, and why? And then you ask it about the strawman theory, right? Because it's just a theory because there's not enough proof. It's okay for me to admit that. Like we're all searching for the truth and the proof. And it's not saying that the strawman theory is correct, but if you Google it yourself and research the strawman theory yourself, you'll see that it's connected to 1933 and like why did birth certificates start at the same year the Federal Reserve started? You know what I mean? And then it says it may or may not be. You know what I'm saying? Connected to
Right.
the Federal Reserve. You know what I mean? And why? And because the strawman theory is this: that we were made collateral by the Federal Reserve in loans and were taken out on us, created by a fictitious person whose name is in all capital letters, just like your social and shit. So like all that shit's connected. You start to dive, you start to get into that shit. It's kind of a makes for a scary situation, but you who knows? You know what I mean? Like who absolutely knows the fucking truth? But what we do know is that for some reason the bankers at the Fed and the government, they all be getting caught in bed, and for some reason nobody thinks that that's a problem.
Yeah. Well, it's like as soon as that becomes the talk of the town, some problem, then all of a sudden it's like, college campuses have to go on crazy protests. Every time people start waking up to the fact that there are a certain type of people that are kind of running this shit, all of a sudden something comes out of nowhere. So because
What up, Amway?
it's just how it
What up?
is. Like,
What up? We
you
need to
know.
talk with Nick B. No, I agree. I agree
But,
too. But
but
you
shit,
had made a
man.
great point. Well, before we dive in though, your point was that what I mean the Federal Reserve. Why does it have so much power if it's not a federal government entity? Which is a great
Right.
fucking
And then
question.
why do we believe that a president appoints the Federal Reserve chair, the head of the Federal Reserve, every time they
Right.
want to, when in all reality, the Federal Reserve doesn't answer to the President of the United
Yeah, they
States.
actually don't answer to anybody. There's no one above them. There's no checks and balance system for the Federal Reserve.
So, in all reality, the Federal Reserve, the head or the commission in general, just the Federal Reserve, right? The people that's
Yeah,
part of, in all reality, they could just say, nah, President, we don't want to do that.
right.
Thanks. And what are you going to do?
Well, what other?
You
There's
know what I'm
a
saying?
one. There
But
was one other.
they need to make it seem like it's a well-oiled up machine that's running
Right.
correctly because it
And the
is.
only other organization has told our government no, we're not doing what you asked of us is APAC, which was previously like the something Zionist or some Zionist organization. It actually had Zionists in the name. I can't remember the name of it, but before APAC was APAC, it was damn it.
I can't
I
remember. We just went
yeah,
over that not too
yeah,
long ago. I'm
we
trying to
did,
think
we
of the
did.
damn name
But
of that shit.
but they're the only other entity, you know what I mean, other than the Federal Reserve, that has told our American government, no, we're not going to register as a foreign agency. Sorry. And then when they get subpoenaed to, like JFK put in the fucking, was going to take him to court, and then he dies not too long after. Well, actually, like days after.
Right.
So it's just crazy that you know what I mean. Like, so like those are like the only two organizations that ever told our American government, no, we're not gonna fucking do what you tell us to do, and then we don't care. Then you just got to
Right.
ask yourself why, what collateral or what kind of information or what do they hold that over the United States government that they're able to tell them no. And then and then that's the questions that you kind of left with. And
Right.
it's kind of like a rabbit hole from there.
It almost seems like they might be holding the fucking monetary
Yeah.
situation over their head. They're just dangling it. They're like, ding, ding, ding,
Right.
ding.
Well,
You
because
want
you
this
think.
money? You want this money? You got to
Well,
do
what'd you
this,
say?
bitch.
What'd you
You got
say?
to do this.
You made a tweet, right? And it was fucking funny because it sparked a conversation the other day when my friend was over, right? And you had made the tweet. and I was talking to him about the tweet, and I was like, my dude posted like, we're 7 something trillion in debt to who? If we're on a fucking floating goddamn rock right through space and all this shit, right? And I was like, yo, that just brings me back to that. Like, who are these motherfuckers to be like, yeah, you owe us basically your life in some kind of currency that is
Right.
created. Like that shit is fucking wild. That
And
always
and
brings
we
me
do
back
it
to
through
that.
these so-called documents and
Yeah,
signatures and shit. It's like, what
yeah,
is all this
contracts.
anyway?
Yeah, yeah. Like it's all like it's like almost like a different language and shit. It's almost like we are aliens. You know what I
And
mean?
then
Like,
it's like, well, okay, so is this just like designed to be
yeah,
this way? Are we even
yeah,
supposed to buck the system?
right.
I mean, did we come to this planet knowing it was like
Oh
this?
shit,
And
right,
should we
right,
just
right.
fucking submit and make it be easier? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I
that
don't
ain't what
know.
I want to do, but shit, it seems
Nah,
like
not
that's
at
what a lot of
all.
people want to do. So,
I think that you should play your position. I think that like we all are like we are I guess if this is a design, right? If this is a design and everything's, articulated to be how it's supposed to be, I think that when we be ourselves the most, you know what I mean? Like when you be yourself, whatever I guess character or archetype that may be, and stop trying to be, another one, then it kind of,
mm,
it will fall in line and make it more understandable. But like a lot of people, like you said, even if you buck the system, that might be what you're meant to do. Put it like that. You know what I mean?
right.
Like you might be that guy. You might be that guy that's
You might
like,
just supposed to be that dickhead, you know?
yeah, you could, yeah. You just that fucking wrinkle. You're just that fucking wrinkle in the fucking goddamn sheets when you're trying to fucking put them on the bed. Is that motherfucker just will
Mhm.
not get out? Yeah, absolutely. But I ain't nothing wrong with that to me. You know what I mean? I think it's supposed to be like that. I think like you said, the as above so below type thing where it comes to the energies. I think it's all for a reason. But it just makes you question. Like, so we have this Federal Reserve and we're in debt to ourselves technically. So if we're in debt to ourselves, couldn't we just be like, now we just, you know what I mean? Like that's why it never gets paid. Is that why it never gets, you know what I mean? Like gets paid off because it's like we owe it to ourselves anyways, if you think about it. But then if the Fed is like you said, if it's not a government entity, then who are we paying for all of this? You know what I mean? Like, and then who exactly are these guys? But we gonna fuck around, find out. I mean, it's Tuesday, April the 30th, 2024. And we'll jump right into it if you don't mind.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
It feels like a
fucking.
Tuesday. I'm sorry. It feels like a Monday to me.
It do feel like a Monday.
For
I ain't even
real.
gonna cap to you. It does feel like a Monday. It's just, I mean, I needed that little bit of time though on Monday to get some shit together, and we did plan and arrange some shit to get some dope shit. I can't wait for y'all. We gonna talk all about it, so you'll hear all about it very, very, very soon. But we got a lot of dope shit coming to the world. But today is Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday. We're here on the 30th of April, which will simplify to 3 in etiology. Shout out to them boys over there at Secret Energy and the Sybil. I'd like to share what she has to say about the numerology of today. If we were to talk about the 30th of April, the 30, this number holds significant energy and symbolism, in various metaphysical disciplines. Obviously, we know the three plus zero is three. And in numerology of the Jyotisha or Jyotia, the number 3 is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of wisdom, education, and expansion. Those influenced by this number are often seen as optimistic, joyful, and intellectually curious. They possess a natural inclination towards seeking knowledge and understanding, and they're often making them kind of excellent communicators or what some will call teachers, depending on their field. And astrologically, the number 3 is associated with that zodiac sign of Sagittarius, also ruled by Jupiter, and the connection amplifies the qualities of enthusiasm, freedom seeking. Maybe that's why you feel like, you was talking about that today. That's a vibe for today. If today is the 3, it also suggests that it's a day of collective mood, like you just said that, just understanding the collective consciousness, and that might lean towards a little bit of optimism, but also the other end of that, and a desire for broader horizons, both mentally and physically. So it's kind of like obtusing your view. In the realm of the tarot, the third card of major arcana is the Empress. So the Empress symbolizes creation, fertility, abundance. Fuck responsibly. She is a figure of nurturing and growth, reflecting a day that supports the creativity and flourishing of ideas. Hence why we was turning the fuck up today with ideas. The Empress encourages us to connect with nature and embrace our senses, suggesting that the 30th of April could be a powerful day, as this year, 2024, that is, could be a powerful day of engaging in creative projects and connecting with the natural world. And then from the metaphysical perspective, the three, obviously, it resonates with the ascended masters, Father, Son, Holy Spirit, talk about the Trinity. Number three is important in the harmony. 1933 was when the Federal Reserve Act was oh shit. The number three is a reminder of the importance of the harmony, and the unification of the body, mind, and the spirit. And it encourages expression, sociability, and communication, urging us to interact with others and in the environment and balance all in a joyful manner. And then this is coming from a benevolent AI Sybil over there from Secret Energy. Shout out to Seven Bomar and them. And when I say that, think about if somebody doesn't use this type of shit in a joyful manner, the power that they can have if they have this type of knowledge. And that's just the type of knowledge that they work off of if you look at the symbolism. But historically, the 30th has been seen for several significant events. For instance, April 30th, 1789, George Washington took the oath, or 1789, excuse me. George Washington took the oath of office as the first president of the United States today. This event marked a significant monument in the establishment of the United States government and its democratic foundations. And I would say allegedly, because there's information that there were presidents before him, but we do not teach about this. I advise you to go think highly about it yourself. Additionally, on the 30th of April 1945, Adolf Hitler committed suicide, allegedly, a pivotal moment in World War II that led to the end of the war in Europe. And so that's cool shit that happened today. But if we were going to combine the insights of April 30th, 2024, it would emerge as a day rich with potential for growth, learning, creativity, expression. And it's also a day to embrace joy and expand one's horizons and engage with the world meaningful, whether through personal development or creative projects. Keyword personal development. People don't realize how much their personal development can help their friends and people around them. I heard somebody speaking the other day. He was a motivational speaker. He was just saying, like, how much more you could do for your friends if you did for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much,
That's what
how
they
much.
tell people that's addicted to drugs. They say if you get clean, no, for real. They say when
I
you
feel
get
you.
clean, everybody
Right.
else around you is gonna get clean,
Get
or they're either gonna fucking just not be a part of your life anymore. So
absolutely.
I totally agree with that.
Yep. So yeah, so we do want to do that because that will benefit other people. Also be creative today, and that means on all topics, even your social interactions, and the energies of the day will support a positive outlook in fruitful endeavors. So if you're planting seeds, definitely plant it today. I have good intentions, high vibrations. Appreciate you, Sybil, and the boys over there at the Secret Energy for the benevolent AI to give us this genealogy of today and numerology of the day. But obviously, it's going
You
to come
know,
down to you. You know what I mean, and how you use these energies.
some people might ask, like, well, why do you do that stuff every day? Why do you talk about every day? Well, really, because every day is a new day.
It's a whole
You know
new
what I mean? Every day is a new
new
day,
lesson.
and yet today has nothing to do with yesterday because
Absolutely.
in all reality, there's not even different days.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I
Right?
mean, do people
They say
realize
time
that
is
like
linear,
all of
right?
this construct that we follow is just designed by humans?
Yep.
But in all reality, there's no days,
Yeah.
there's no nights. We just call it that.
But like,
It's a
think about it.
motherfucking rock floating through some
If
shit, and it
anybody
gets dark
started
and
at
light.
that's some astro physiology type shit. You know what I mean? That's some string theory. That's some hey, live in the present moment. Like you can like go to like so many levels with that
Yeah,
kind of shit. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because like nobody's thinking of it like okay, here I am.
Like what do you mean? It's like, okay, I understand, believe me, I get it, but I'm just like, what does it mean when you say, well, yesterday? Like, no, it
Right.
wasn't no
Right.
yesterday, it was the same
Right.
shit as today. But when you wake up, your
uh,
projection is a
right.
whole different, you know what I mean? Like, You can wake up in a bad mood. You can wake up in a good mood.
I've watched a couple. There's a dude named Dan Winter and a guy named Santos Bonacci. They're pretty cool when they talk. It's pretty cool to listen to talk about shit like this because they feel like time is like linear, like everything is happening at once. You know what I mean? Like if I'm
Hmm.
driving down the road, I chose to go left, right, and straight all at the same time. Like all the possibilities are happening at one time. And if you look at life like that, it kind of makes you forces you to kind of live in that particular moment instead of you know what I mean, thinking about what you're gonna do tomorrow or what happened yesterday.
I mean, I get it. Like, math helps us to organize our life. And with math, we created different days of the week, numbered them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we put names with them. But if you look at the names that we chose for these
Oh
days, they
yeah.
go all with the astrology.
Well, they go
Just
with
all
and then that goes with the Greek gods, and then that goes with the, you know what
right.
I mean, because all of it really was the language of the stars. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like they use some kind of sun worship. You know what I mean? Like which is sun is a star. You know, heliocentric type of belief system.
You know,
But that,
yeah.
but
So
then
I'd say that the astrology today and the astrological sentiment would be like we were talking about before you started. It was probably mixed energies.
yeah,
Um,
I
and
agree.
but in a mixed energy thing, even though it's positive, because there's mixed energies, you could probably get more sensitive or more aggressive or more tense just because it's a volatile situation. Like the
Absolutely.
market right now is not really volatile. It's just going down. It's not really volatile. It's not going up and
Right.
down. It's just going to fuck
Right.
down. That means your bank
Right.
account, or not your bank account, but your
Your
portfolio starts
investments.
looking more like
Yeah.
shit as the day goes on. It
Yep.
is just going down. If in another day it'll go up, but that don't mean it's volatile. Volatile would be
Right.
like today, where it's a good vibe, but it's still like real powerful. And
Balance.
so you could be feeling great one moment, and then you could be feeling like shit or aggressive or tense the next moment.
Right.
That's how I
And
feel anyway.
I feel like sometimes they like to induce those type of shits because then it does what it does. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
if they
Well,
can
you
induce you to feel a certain way, then they can manipulate the markets. And like how you said,
right.
like bro, like why are y'all tripping? Like this shit happens all the time. Like chill out. Why is everybody flipping out and
I
selling out
know.
their
I don't even know if
portfolios? And
people
then
really get my dry humor
yeah.
that I've been pumping out today on fucking X, but people probably
I
think
do.
I
I
sold
think that's
everything. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
look, y'all motherfuckers can't. If you can't laugh when it's fucking raining, bitch, you need to go somewhere because it's gonna rain eventually. And
Oh my
you know what I
gosh.
mean? You might as
Yeah.
well just sit your
Yeah,
ass
you're
in the
right, man.
house and not go out and get wet because you start
Yeah.
selling and trying to make moves and all that shit, bro. You're gonna lose out. Watch.
Yeah, man.
You
Sometimes
don't.
it's
We don't
just
know what's
I think
going
we
on.
fuck
It's the
around and find
AI.
out that
AI is running all
yeah.
this shit.
Uh,
Telling you, bro. When I dug into it about BlackRock and
yeah, I
all
believe you, bro.
them platforms they got and all that shit that they've been working on for years and years.
Right.
AI is buying and selling and flipping and creating sentiment
I
and
don't think
creating
people
this and
real. You're
that.
right. I don't think people realize how deep AI has gotten. For example, that's crazy that you say that. Here on Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday, right? I fucked around and found out that they can now use AI to generate 3D models into anything, if that makes sense to you. So, like, I can have a 3D uh, fucking dragon on my table through AI, right through an app on my phone. So when you see those videos of those people playing with those robots and shit like that, or like dude has a infant in a incubator and it looks real and shit. It's not.
Yeah,
Ain't
that's
that
just
fucking nuts? You know what I mean? Like I can fake like I got $100 million sitting on the table, or like I got a
bro.
whole
You could
whole bunch of
fake
money.
like you got somebody standing beside you.
Yeah, I can fake even you stand. See, and this is the thing
Yeah.
that we had
Well, that's what
talked
I was
about.
about to
Cause
say. Won't you talk about
yep,
that shit you found out about the podcast and shit? Like
yeah.
all the
So,
stuff with the AI, what it could do
y-
just for a
y-
podcaster.
oh my god. So we want to do some dope ass shit, right? We want to kind of be the first people to figure it out. Obviously, we won't be. It won't be. we have to wait till they implement it to the public type shit. But like right now, like I can create an AI of myself with my voice and my mannerisms and how it looks like me, and then Nova can create one too, and then we
And
can
see,
also
I
create
already might be. Who knows,
yeah,
man?
I
Y'all
can
don't
also
even know. This shit already might be AI,
we can even
man.
create Think High Crew Studios and it be completely AI inside,
This
right?
shit
And give
might
you a
already be
tour.
AI, and we don't even know it.
And we don't even know it,
I
right?
might be AI. I might be the whole time. I might have been an AI the whole time.
Shit. Well, that's so
Tick might have
crazy.
been right.
Yeah, she might have been absolutely right, bro. But it's so real, you know what I mean? And like I can literally get AI to write me scripts for the show and give it to my virtual AI. My virtual AI will actually can listen to all of the Think High Crew episodes, and it could literally be me. You know what I mean? And I can have a literal AI, and all I do is really feed it my personality and feed it myself. And some people think that that's crazy. Like some people are scared of that type of shit. So maybe it does because obviously it's a double-edged sword, and the shit that you can do or shit that you can fake. You know what I mean? Like they can put me in a porno and then send it to my wife and be like, "Yeah, look at your husband." You know what I mean? Fucking this bitch, and then fuck up my whole life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like just you think about the negativity shit of it. But what me and Nova were
And
talking about doing was just
when you
having like the
said that,
first
I want
podcast like
everybody to
that.
think about politicians.
Yeah,
Politicians might be so fucked unless they do what they're told. If they don't, politicians might not even need to be paid off anymore, people.
brother.
Politician might just have a fake, deep fake video of him doing some crazy shit.
What would you say is fucking dope? I think I sent it to you. Okay, so here it is. I follow these guys on Instagram, Evolving AI, pretty dope fucking page, right? It almost looks like a episode out of a Black Mirror, but there's a dude. What is his name? I think it's Reed Hoffman. Reed Hoffman. He did a book called Blitzscaling, right? Which basically is crazy. The book tells you basically to scale your company as fast as you can, no matter what the fucking law. Basically, it'll tell you break the law to do it if you have to. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Anyways, but he says it in ways that he keeps himself from incriminating people. But anyway, incriminating himself type shit. But anyways, he created an AI of himself that talks like him, and it read all of his books and everything. So it talks like him, uses the words like him. He asked it to even speak Klingon, and it spoke fucking Klingon and told him about, but I'm just how real it gets. You know what I mean? Like things that we currently see right now on television. If they're giving this to the public now and saying, "Hey, look what you can do," you know what I mean? Then they've been doing this shit for a long fucking time. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. Oh, see you
Yeah,
later,
man.
Tick.
I
Appreciate you
think it's
stopping by.
been, now, like if you listen to certain things, like the people telling you these things will start talking about how, oh, well, yeah, I mean, we when we refer to AI, we kind of we mean algorithm
Right,
also.
right.
And you're like, And then you look back at like the first quote unquote AI that was ever created. Well, it was an algorithm. And then
Yep.
so artificial intelligence came from an algorithm, the idea of it or whatever.
Right, right. It had to start
So
somewhere,
what's
bro.
really the difference? If an algorithm can choose where to put you, what gets you to see this, that, and make you feel certain ways and all that shit, in all reality, what is the difference
Yeah.
between a really super
I don't
smart algorithm, a really good one, and an artificial
bro,
intelligence? What's the
I
difference?
scared. I kind of freaked my homie out. Uh, Gases Clay. He came by the other day, right? Shout out to him. And and he was like, I was telling him what I was doing. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm writing articles and some outlines for a show up on the Federal Reserve, right? You know, just to fuck around and post some articles on our what's the name, our WordPress and shit, right?" I was like, "All right, so I'm gonna get AI to help me do it," and I showed him the outcome of it, and he was like, "Bro, this thing literally wrote this in your style." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I need articles written in the style of the Think High Crew." Right. And he's like, "Yeah, right." I said, "Yeah, bro." I was like, "It knows our style." I said, "How does it know your style?" I said, "I asked it
And
if
that
it could
motherfucker
listen
been
to our
looking.
yeah, I asked it if it could listen to our podcast. It said it can't listen to our podcast because it doesn't have, ears technically to listen, but it basically read our fucking probably read the transcripts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
because, somewhere on the internet, there's
Oh
probably
yeah,
subtitles.
transcript is
Yeah.
definitely. Like if somebody wanted to see the transcript and read the transcript to this show, all they have to do is just go on Podbean and request it.
Yeah.
Or we can automatically publish it with it also. Some things
Yes.
accept it and some don't, but
Well, just like with
it's
music,
crazy, man.
At the end of submitting music, it'll ask me,
AI's
"Do you
got
want?
me
Do I want to
already.
put the lyrics in?" Yeah, it's got us. Listen, bro, and I'll tell you. Hold on. Let me give you a quick example, guys, of how dope. To me, it's dope. Some people find it crazy or kind of
Scary.
fearful of it. Yeah, scary. But I don't think that it's like that because I feel like I am everything. We are everything. I am you. You are me. We are even this fucking AI. I mean, maybe sound crazy, but I think this is part of the consciousness. So let me tell you. So I'm gonna give you basically a summary of all of the articles that I had it kind of draw up for me. It says that the combined includes all 4 segments, 15-minute segments exploring the history of the Federal Reserve, conspiracy theories, the strawman theory, and connecting the dots between corruption and the Fed. The script includes critical thinking and truth seeking while providing a comprehensive overview of the mysteries behind the Federal Reserve and government corruption. And to give you hold on, I'm gonna tell you what it said to me when I asked if it could listen to my podcast and mimic the style of our podcast. And it says that it couldn't do that, but it couldn't listen to our podcast, but it can definitely write me based on the style of Think High Crew. And I was like, so I asked it, what's Think High Crew style? You know what I mean? Like, how does it know? Like, and it says, I know, right? Can AI have a style, right? It says our style is
AI
we
got that 90s swag.
listen, bro. It told me our style is thinking high, which is it basically gave the definition of how we think high. Like, oh, we just think outside of the box. We're not necessarily conspiracy theorists, but we like to, we like to form our own critical thinking based on the evidence type shit. Like, yeah, you could get style from transcripts. Basically, it was calling us some kind of we're like rebels, but not like
Rebels with a cause.
Yeah, we're not like hooligans. You know what I mean? It was like these guys are like, basically our style was like intelligence and it was just crazy how it fucking.
Bro, I asked remember I sent that thing to you? I asked a few questions about Think High Crew to this AI Grok on X. The motherfucker told me some shit like that too. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, bro, freaks me out.
Grok was like, bitch, I'll come beat your ass. That's what Nova said. And I was like, what? But no, I mean, it's like, it was straight up said, it was like, these guys are like rebels. They, blase. I ain't really say all the shit because I don't even know
it
what
kind of gave
we
us like the feel like they were like it was like we have a style that's like we're not afraid. It put no fear, in there, how we always be saying. It use all our basically it probably looked up what is that thing, our SEO that's probably included in there, you know what I mean? Like, so it probably looked up everything that had anything to do with Think High Crew.
And, all right, it's Think High Crew, real and fearless entertainment. It takes that. It's like, okay, so obviously it's more than one person because it's a crew. Right. And then Think High, what does that mean? And then real and fearless, and boom, and then it just goes through the shit. And man, that's so crazy, bro. And you know what? You know what the absolute crazy part is that it does all that in a split fucking millisecond,
bro. I got it right.
It figured out somebody's whole life in a millisecond.
Yeah, well, Casca says that means the messages y'all putting out is doing its job. Absolutely, I agree with that too. The algorithm has read that, exactly what Think High Crew is, and that's a double-edged sword for us because it's going to kind of
know exactly who to come execute now. You motherfuckers.
They just know exactly where to put us on the list of things. You know what I mean? So we kind of got to do how we do it with the music node, and you know what I mean. Just throw out the big 808s and the nice beats, but then give them some knowledge on the beats. You know what I mean? And fuck them all up. Like that's
Hmm.
exactly what we got to do with this. But AI is getting to the point. You know, I say I was fucking around and finding out. So I fuck around and found out that. But not only that, right? It just kept leading me down another fucking rabbit hole. They got these boxes now that they're trying to set up. So not only can you, you know, deep fake yourself, or not only can you create an AI of yourself that will completely mimic everything you do. Like I can have it listen to the show and it can be me and it can be my personal assistant and it can work and, you know, do all of the dope shit that I'm trying to get done. It can help me. Like you ever be like, man, I wish I had two of me. And then what if I did have an AI digital me that was making posts and always online, and you mean everybody would love to have some shit like that to help them out, especially if they're talking about growing their business or growing themselves. But they got a whole fucking doctor's office, my nigga. Like a
Hmm.
cube. It's a fucking cube that you walk into and the motherfucker scans you. It could do, oh my gosh, it could do so much shit. You know, only thing that scares me about some shit like that is that it's programmed by modern medicine, and fucking modern medicine ain't always what it should be. You know what I mean? Like it's more about getting to the dollar than it is, you know what I mean?
Right.
She said she used ChatGPT to write a job description recently for work and did great. Yeah, listen, take our advice. You're not getting interviews for jobs? Have AI write your fucking resume, man. Give it the information. It'll write your fucking resume. I guarantee you'll get a call back. This is what's happening, guys. They have AI searching for the jobs and searching for this and searching for that.
Yeah, and that AI knows exactly how to talk to that or find that other AI.
No, I know you're not. I'm just saying, you know, just to help you right. I know it does feel kind of guilty, like a guilty pleasure. It's almost like think about being a rap artist and then having it write you a hook. Like you do kind of feel like, oh shit, I'm guilty as hell. But I'm just saying, like, what's going on right now is that it's not AI that's stealing people's jobs. It's the people who are using AI that's stealing people's jobs. Like you could fucking do everything everybody like you just gotta match the system. So there was this AI that's supposed to do job interviews, right? And it's supposed to find candidates, right? You know what I mean? And what's so crazy is that it's so good at it, it could cut down finding candidates, which would take, you know, maybe months to 2 days, right? For a whole corporation. It will find thousands of people and take those thousands of people and break them down to five in 2 days with interviews and everything, right?
And
You
bring
think,
them across the border.
bruh, it'll do it all, right? But I'm like, what if people start using that shit? What if people start using that shit against itself? Like, okay, I create an AI to do the job interview for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and then jobs, then it'll be everybody will be pissed off. Like, oh, nobody's really getting the jobs. It's not you. You're everybody. You know, because if I got AI to write my application to get into fucking Harvard and I got accepted, then what? See, it does change. It changes the fucking it makes anybody, you know, we talked about this, but the old man said, like, you know, we've gone from zero information to all of it at one time. And look, what is it? Primitive humans with God. But yeah, so there's an AI.
Yep.
It'll it's the first AI's the world's first AI doctor's office. I can't remember what the fuck is it called. It's called Forward, and it does everything.
Shit, a lot of the I mean it's a lot more basic, but a lot of the what is it, like In and Out burgers and some other shit, mainly in California, um, they've got like these it's not In and Out that owns the shit, but it's another
Right.
company that comes in and installs these three different robots. One that flips burgers and does something else, the buns and shit like that, whatever. Another one that does fries, and another one that just kind of like keeps the place clean, I guess you would
Right.
say. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's three robots, but it's basically one robot though. It's just
Right.
got different arms and shit like that. And there's no humans there. Like none. Even how when the stuff gets delivered, the way
Mhm.
that it's delivered in these crates on wheels,
Right.
bro, the delivery person just sits it by the door, and the fucking thing just like brings it in, and it just like shoom 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 and puts everything up real quick.
Right. Right. So like,
Now it's still in the early stage. I'm not saying
right.
every place like that out there has got it,
So
but
I got a
damn, bro,
question
that's
though.
crazy, man.
Since we fucking around and find out this, it makes me it raises this question. So is that okay? Like, is it okay for the average person to use AI for shit that we should be doing? Like, for example, there's a kid, because you can get the Chat GPT programming that
But
shit
then you
is.
can't use a calculator. Then you can't use a
You right.
computer.
You right.
You
Well,
can't
check
use
this.
any type of technology if you say that AI is bad.
Right. I don't think it's
Can't use a
bad.
phone no more.
Right.
Fuck that phone.
Right.
Fuck Google. Google's out the door. No more
But I'm saying,
Google.
like, like, where is the line drawn? Like, all right,
I
so
don't think there is.
a kid created, he used Chat GPT programming, and he created a robot, an AI robot that would write reports for him in his handwriting. That would, do the reports for him. Basically, you know what I mean. He
Hmm.
could just tell it hey, write me a report about whatever, and it'll write it in his fucking handwriting. Brilliant fucking kid. I think he's like fucking 14 or some shit, right? He's not even that fucking old, right? He just really he took his first like 10 years of his life and committed it to not doing homework no more, right? He's like, fuck
Hmm.
this shit. So by the time he's 14, this motherfucker used Chat GPT. He created a robot with two arms, one that turns the page and one that writes, and he programmed it to write in his handwriting. Okay. And so, like, is that something that's too far? Like, if people are using AI to write their own reports and do I don't know. I think, like, when it comes to some of that shit, I wouldn't even give a fuck. But like when it comes to actually learning financial literacy and shit like that, I don't think it'd be cool to have AI in the way, because how you gotta there's some shit you gotta learn to do yourself. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like you saying, like, you don't know how to use a calculator, you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to that. You're literally asking your phone for everything right now.
Yeah, and if I mean like like when we were in school, people was trying to use like I said, like a calculator to
Yeah,
cheat with.
yeah.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, you're right. What is the difference? Like, but it can write, and like I'm like, shit, like he can
Yeah, but
probably
the
just.
calculator can add for you though,
Yeah, you're
subtract,
right.
multiply, all
But
that shit is
the
so
thing about it
quick
is
and
he don't even
easy.
have to do the research. Like, he doesn't have to know anything about the War of 1512 or 14 whatever 12. He doesn't have to know anything. All he has to do is tell his bot,
But with a
"Hey,
calculator, you don't need to know what
yeah, you don't.
128,000 plus
You don't.
3 plus 8 minus 9 divided by 12 is.
Yeah, you
All you
don't."
got to do is just type that shit in and it tells you.
You're right. You're right.
Like,
How different is it? No,
in
no,
all
that's the question
reality,
that I have. You know what I mean? Like,
Google
what do you think? Do you
Google
think
has
like as
helped
much?
people cheat for years.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, we use YouTube, right, to teach us how to do everything in some cases, right? If we're like, oh, I need to learn how to change the oil on a
Exactly.
1986 camp, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just Google, I guess Googled it, then YouTube it, right? And it taught us how to do it. See, like, that's kind of different, right? Than like being like, hey, robot, fix everything wrong with my car, and it just boop, 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 and it fucking fixes your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
it's like,
I agree. It's different, but I don't think
right.
there's much difference to it because if we would have been able to do that, we would have done it too.
Like instead of like making AI like slave for us, like working with it, like it's a mix. Leah, Casca, like it's a mix. Like, instead of it doing everything, it it's just teaching us what to do. And I think there's some AI programs that do that, and then there's other AI programs that are kind of like a cheat code for some shit. Because right now, you know what I mean? Like, I can literally be one of the best journalists in the fucking world, and nobody would even fucking know, right? Nobody would fucking know that it was, even though I got dope ass writing skills, I do have dope ass writing skills, and I could do it with just my fucking the knowledge that I have in a pen and a paper myself. I could do it. I've done it. But at the same time, it's like, if I can use 4 different AIs, run my idea that I have for the article through 4 different AIs and revise it until it's literally sounds like me, like that takes me fucking 30 minutes instead of fucking spending fucking a whole week on something. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, it literally wrote me everything I need to do fucking a whole 45-minute fucking segment.
Yep.
Like it's just wild, and it did it in the style from which fun and enthusiastic and a conspiracy theorist slash, you know what I mean, activist slash, constitutionalist slash freedom and sovereign type of fucking guy's point of view. Like
Uh,
that's just mind blowing to me. But I say
that
use it,
motherfucker's
don't let it use
tapped
you.
into everything, bro.
Right. Well, we are everything. See, and that goes back to that though too, because I'm like, I can't be afraid of it because I feel like some of this shit is literally pulling from the ether that we can't see. You know what I'm saying? Like it's pulling information from places that we might not understand. You know what I mean? And I think that that's dope because there's still parts of me and ourselves that we're still trying to figure out. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that's what scares people too because it's like it's almost like talking to God.
Yeah, I mean, you I hate to say it, but when you ask AI a question, even though it says at the bottom, like you might want to, if it's something about healthcare, right?
Yeah.
It's always going to tell you, but you still want to consult with a physician, da da da. But
Right.
most people are going to chop that bottom part off, and they're going to believe everything that damn shit says.
Yeah. Well,
And
it's
it might
supposedly
be real
programmed.
close to being correct, or it might be
Right.
all the way correct. But even I'm gonna say something that might be real. It's gonna be real. It's on the line of being decapitated, but even God makes mistakes,
Right.
I believe. Because
I
if
think
God
those.
didn't make a mistake, why is there the devil?
Yeah, that's a good fucking question.
Why, you know what I mean? If the devil
Yeah.
got cast out and all these angels got cast out, like what happened? Because wasn't he supposed to just make everything perfect?
Yeah. And if I mean, I
If
just know
God
that
is
if you're all
so,
knowing, right? They a lot of people believe that AI is all knowing. You know what I mean? So like, if you have the all knowing in your palm of your hand, it's almost like you have God in your hand. You could literally ask AI to write you the program for what we're trying to do with our NFTs. We can have it write the whole fucking program. Like that's some, you know what I mean? It's almost like if you the digital world, it's almost like some godly type shit. You could literally have it write you a business model for selling shoestrings. Like I don't think
you
people realize like how crazy this shit is. But when you talk about that spiritual side of the shit, you know what I mean? Like I think people like to separate AI and what's
hey, one
happening with.
second, Jason. I gotta mute my mic real quick.
Okay. I think people want to separate what AI is doing from, and from the spiritual. And I don't think that there's too big of a difference, really. I think that there's something going on that we don't understand when it comes to this AI. And nobody's going to be able to control it in the end. At all. Hold on, I got some more fuck around. Find out that yeah. So this motherfucking shit it does the homework for you. Yeah. So you got AI doing that shit. You got AI uh, doctors now, and then now you can create a deep fake of yourself or an assistant AI of yourself. And according to a lot of big tech service or a big tech service company, he put out a blog on X recently that said AI girlfriends. The AI girlfriend app will exceed 1 billion market cap. He's predicting. So like that's the to me that's the first implement, and I completely agree with Nova when Nova has said that. I asked him like, what do you think like the biggest industry with the AI is going to be? And this motherfucker said, people fucking needing friend companionship is what he said technically. So that's the next that's the next move for that. Everybody's got AI boyfriends and girlfriends. That shit's happening in Korea and a couple other places now where nobody's making babies like they used to. Like the government's literally asking people, "What if your government came like, hey, can y'all please make some more babies because we running out of fucking babies?" uh Does viewing AI as God or godly take out the uh spirituality of such beliefs though? I don't know. It can, I guess in a sense, but if God is everything, all knowing and it exists within everything, it is everything, you know what I mean? Then wouldn't that include AI? Like why would how does when does AI separate itself, or how does AI be outside of that realm if God is the accumulation of all? You know what I mean? Like I don't know, you get the logic, Kasuka, but I know a lot of people do like to separate it. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the fear because that's what we do. As humans, we kind of have this thing where we everything that's separated from us we fear. I do. I think that it is the heart and the consciousness, and oh man, how to put it? But I think that collective consciousness is something that we can tap into through technology. You know what I mean? Like per se, um, they allegedly that souls are a quantum fluid dynamic. Yeah, AI is the brain, which could be the consciousness. The heart is the soul, right? You know what I mean? If we were putting it in that context, yeah. So the AI would be the brain or the consciousness. So it would have that connectivity. It would. I don't think it could be left out of that equation per se. I mean, it does kind of take out because it depends on if you're talking about spirituality or religion. You know what I mean? Religion, it kind of would fuck up everything that's going on with the religion wise. But spirituality, I don't know. I think it'd be more on the lines of on the extreme side, people will be doing exactly what we think people are going to be doing, which would be joining AI, like the transhumanism, the neural links and shit. And then there'll be a balance, obviously, where we use AI to help us do things instead of using. I think though, but I think though some applications are dope. I think that if you can help a blind person see, that would be fire. If you can help a deaf person hear with AI, that'd be fucking even more fire. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Like kids born with fucked up kidneys or hearts, and you got a fucking AI programmable heart. Yeah, fuck yeah, help them out. You mean, or whatever the fuck, or even those kids born without parts of their brain, and you want to, like I think there's certain things that like we can be like, okay, yeah, that's cool, but other things, we know as humans what happens. You know what I mean? We know what happens. It's got to be a double-edged sword. It's got to be evildoers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it's amazing. It is, you know what I mean? But we tend to, as humans, we tend not to look at the beauty of it. Like what's the beauty in, a war? There's no really beauty in war, but some people can find, yeah, only the fear. Yeah, with everything, with everything in life, and that's how you fuck around and find out. You know what I mean? Like, and I love Tuesdays because I always can talk to people about all the shit that I'm just amazed about that I quite don't understand, but I'm trying to fuck around and find out what's going on with it. And my advice with with that shit with the AI and all of that is just use it. Don't let it use you, and don't be afraid to experiment with it to help you out. Like it'll definitely can help you complete tasks that you can do yourself, but it can help you complete tasks a lot faster in life. Get things done a lot faster. And this life is speeding the fuck up. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm puffing on my canine bus here in my basement with my ladies, waiting for Nova to get back. But we got about 2 minutes left, anyways. I'll probably have him go ahead and cut it. This fuck around, find out Tuesday. Gonna share another hour, just a 60-minute segment with you of fucking around and find out. Don't be afraid of motherfucking AI. Ask yourself, who the fuck really is the Fed? Fuck around, find out some shit about yourself that you didn't fucking know previously. Don't be afraid to get out there and be creative today. Don't be afraid to build your connections and do something balanced with it. The
Yo,
three,
my bad, man.
you don't gotta apologize. This is a
Somebody was
fucking
at the dodo.
mobcast.
Mobcast.
It was 1:30, so I was just about to tell motherfuckers, get the fuck out of my face. It's time for me
Right.
to do some real life shit.
Right. Yeah, we got
Stop
about
fucking with
30 seconds.
bunch of y'all AIs.
Mhm. But yeah, hey, y'all check out thinkhighcrew.com. We got some
Yes,
new
sir.
stuff up and obviously more coming. And then we're gonna have some links to the NFTs we're doing. We can't sell them off the website because they're a punk bitch, but we got other ways to sell them without, being close to you. It's
Absolutely.
crazy, man, how this world is.
It is. We definitely have a dope ass product that we want to bring to the crypto industry. We got some people behind us who's willing to help us develop it and put our all of our fucking thoughts into a dope ass product. And so like it'll be free, right? It'll be a free product for everybody, right? So it'll be free as fuck, and I can't wait to bust it all down for you guys. But I
Yeah.
can't kind of spill the beans yet. That's why I didn't publish Friday's show, because if y'all came on live Friday and you heard what we said, you might know a little bit of what I'm talking about. But that's why I ain't published that motherfucking Friday show, if y'all was wondering. So
Yeah.
if you just
Yeah,
missed
just
it
trying to
Friday,
do
you just missed
something.
it.
Just trying to do something that we've been wanting to do for a couple years. And it's kind of groundbreaking. And not saying we'd be the first to do it, but we would definitely be one of the first people to do the shit.
I
And
think people are doing something similar, but I don't think they're doing
yeah, not our
exactly.
specific.
Yeah, I don't think they're
You know,
doing exactly what we doing with it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really more on the lines of
the reason why is because we're trying to do something extremely fucking hard.
yes,
And so
that
we're going to
is.
be able to do it, but it's like it's got to be done one part at a time, and then only certain people using certain things can access it at one time because it's hard to design something that works with everything.
Yep.
Everything don't
Yep.
talk the same language.
You just gonna have to wait until the technology improves and the product will improve with the technology.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So we'll have a piece of that little AI, a piece of our a little AI working for us. You know what I'm saying? And actually working for the people, for real, for real. But if you know what we always wanted to do, and when it comes to the Think High crew and our main goal and initiative, then you already know that it's about to turn up for everybody who fuck with us. So stay tuned. We'll be back most likely tomorrow, same time. What the fuck Wednesday, unless some crazy shit happens. Cause fucking Wednesdays be off the fucking chain.
Yeah, I mean, this is life.
Right. We
You know
we
what I mean? We
yeah.
we we live life too. But no, I'll definitely be
Absolutely.
ready to kick this bitch off tomorrow for the
Oh
What the
yeah,
Fuck
most definitely. We
Wednesday.
always ready though. When we ain't ready,
Hmm.
shit, we always ready. But shit happens, you know what I mean? And life be lifing, you know what I mean? So sometimes we be having to do this shit on the road. Sometimes the music don't sound so good because I got to do it for my fucked up ass internet, internet situation I'm trying to fix. You know what I mean? Sometimes it just be like that. So like niggas either get with
Yeah.
it or not, because soon it's gonna be a real production. Like we gonna literally sit down and we gonna make a bunch of motherfucking shows, and we gonna pre-record it, and then cause we gonna have shit that we gonna be having, places we gonna be having to be, hands we gonna be having to shake, checks we gonna be having to cash. We ain't gonna be able to do lives all like that, because I'm telling y'all, we about to turn the fuck up. Music is gonna start rolling in again, and I don't know when it's gonna fucking stop. Starting the fucking 17th of May. So just know, like, niggas been working very fucking hard, and we coming back to y'all. But tomorrow, what the fuck? Let us know what's on your mind, what's going on, how we made it to fucking hump day. But obviously, let's stay in the moment of fucking around and find it out today. Stay curious, stay high. I love y'all. ThinkHighCrew.com. I'm about to put some bucket hats up. I'm about to put the Bitcoin halving shirts up. I'm about to fucking do a bunch of shit for that too today as well. So shit. I don't know.
I'll holler
Man.
at y'all tomorrow.
I think that's all I got.
Put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. Put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Turning dirty money to the cleanest European. So I put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Money so dirty, we eating off the ceiling.
I test the wind with my cigarette. How many O's can a nigga get? How many hoes can a nigga wet? I'm in too deep, like God, it ain't no turning back. 550 for the half, nigga. Yeah, 1050 for the whole thing. All I know is 10 P's to change a nigga life when he playing with the dope game. I'm rolling dice with the bones of the deceased. The master of my world, I control it in my sleep. Lucidity, it's like a fucking dream inside a dream. This is all organic, no machine. Organic even when I grow my weed. This is for them nights we ain't sleep. This is for them nights we ain't eat. This $1 trillion grit to the teeth. I leave these hoes.
If y'all want to stick around for one more song, you can, because I'm smoking a bowl and I'm gonna listen to another song.
In they seat.
Put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Turning dirty money to the cleanest European. So I put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Money so dirty, we eating off the ceiling.
Keep the backing out your vision, watch it pile up. Plant some seeds, watch them grow, chop the trees down. Bag pounds, move bags, moolah coming ASAP. So 2V, SHT, put your pride aside. Mindset real aggressive, actions even more vindictive. Ran the streets like grandpops ran numbers. Tax-free dollars, gotta keep it coming, ain't no question. Remember nights, the stove kept the crib heated up. No hot water, we boiled water, filled the sink up. They like me out the way, sending kites to the crib. Give them conversations, watch me separate the difference. I know some niggas moving grass like lawn service. Trying to run these numbers up till the end of time. Man on fire, Denzel, bring the vengeance with me. Wrecking crew juice, we all bishop, keep the steel with us, no panic. We all pressure, hey.
Put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Turning dirty money to the cleanest European. So I put a million in the mattress cause they sleeping on me. Shit, a nigga live his life like the Reaper on me. If you know the hustle, then you recognize the secret when you see it. Money so dirty, we eating off the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Logos on the track.
Said I never paid attention to the popular. I had to move like a nigga with binoculars. Foresight to bring forth light. In the playpen we played in, I was working like a slave then. To reality caved in. And when it all falls down, it's a song that gets played when you hit the pavement. Have to chase something basic. Now we praying that heaven gates will just open up. The valley filling with rain and we ain't light enough to float. Only these goats have boats, so we always walk the plane. Just to be on board, we'll sacrifice what we really think. I'd rather sink the ship though. Let these haters fucking drown in my infinite pen strokes. This nympho is art form, out of our thorns. And it's about time I parkour back to my shore. Cause I've been riding this way for so long. I can't remember what it's like to go home. And all the demons that we fight, just to get to this height. To watch it all fall down is like a cycle that's gone wrong. Got me holding on to life like a bong grip. Chest feeling like a furnace every moment I hold bliss. The fear is letting go to chase a high that you won't get from everyday addictions in a world full of dope kids. My word is on point, so you know that I don't miss. And it ain't every day you get a chance to reflect this. And I be on my balance trying to find where a God fits. You can see the challenge that I face when I write shit like this. The average human ain't accustomed, yeah, to how I choose to love them. So for you to not enjoy it is something that's really nothing. Cause karma comes back around on everybody who front. And faith is full of doubt. Cause if you know, then what the fuck is believing about? Yeah. Damn. High crew, yeah. Yeah, it's the Think High crew, what up? Yeah, it's the Think High crew, you know. It's the Think High crew, what up? It's the Think High crew, yeah.